still get so nervous being on camera. I just don't
Why?
like myself.
Either do I, but
I was the mom that took the pictures.
Yeah.
Like I go to look back and it's just Steve and the kids, or
yeah,
it was never me, and I'm still
I
that
don't-
way.
yeah,
50
I
years old,
don't-
you think I wouldn't give a fuck, you know?
I don't care, but I do care, but I don't care.
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
do
just
care.
like, you know what? I am who I am. Like I'm too old to be worrying about stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know.
Although I sent you that cute picture from the event
That was
yesterday,
really
and you go,
cute.
"Oh my god, I got to get my hair trimmed."
I need my hair
So that's
trimmed
like me
so
too. I'm like,
bad.
"Oh no,
Yeah.
my eye bags," or "Oh, I look like this," or "Why did I wear the shirt like that?" I'm just so
Yeah.
hard on myself.
But other than that, I was like, we look cute.
And then I see other people in pictures. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's
Yes.
so cute. Why can't I be nice to
And they're-
myself?"
They're looking at themselves going, ew.
Right.
Look at my little fupa.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All
Whatever.
right. Hi. Welcome
Hi.
back to Anxiety Makes Me Poop. Let's talk about anxiety.
Anxiety. Because we all have it.
So, I have planned for months to go to a concert.
Yes.
Mumford and Sons down in the city.
Yes.
Chicago. Was so excited. Wrigley Field. That's where the Cubs play for those that don't know or
Yeah.
are unfamiliar with Chicago. And spent some dough on it. Asked
Yeah.
one of my best friends to come with, who I know loves them as well. And we just always have a good time when we go. She's a newer mom. She's got 2 young boys. And so it was like, I was so excited to have a fun night out with her. She's
Yes.
always being a mom. You know, it's nice to have a night out. So it started that it was delayed because of the storms that we had.
Rain delay.
We got that. No
Yeah.
problem. You know, we've been through it. So we still take the CTA down.
Uh-huh.
You know, we park and take it down, and it lands you right there near
Oh,
Wrigley.
that's nice.
Okay?
Yeah.
So all you have to do is drive a little bit to Skokie, and then off you go on, a couple lines. No big deal. So we found out that it was delayed. So we were like, well, let's just go to an establishment.
Right.
And have some food.
Have a drink,
Yeah.
have some food.
Yeah. Well, I was driving, so I
Yep.
wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
And then she was going to have some fun, right?
Yeah.
Because she deserves it. So we're sitting there and we're just chatting, and we're kind of like, man, we're all kind of like tired. We all get up early. It was a Thursday
Yeah.
night. And
Yeah. When I saw you went on Thursday night and then it got delayed by 4 hours, I'm like, I hope she's taking the next day off.
right. And I didn't.
And you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I'm
and neither
too
did
old
she.
for that shit. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't take a nap
Yeah.
late Friday afternoon. So everything's fine. We're just like, whatever, no one was going anywhere. And we knew they don't cancel Wrigley ever.
Right.
They will delay until it's safe. So they weren't going to let us in until 8:30. We were supposed to be down there and on the field at 5:30.
Oh my
So it was
gosh.
quite a bit of a delay.
Yeah.
So the storm never came.
Oh my god.
It started blowing in around 8:39. I can almost remember all these times.
Yeah.
And so they let us in earlier so that we didn't get wet. It was
Yeah.
more of like a shelter in place type
Right.
thing, It lasted for about an hour or so. Well, then the band, we found our seats, and the band had to set up.
Yeah.
Or the crew had to set up. So they did not go on until 10:45.
I'd be sleeping. I'd be like,
Yeah.
wake me up when they're going
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
So here's the story. So we're at the restaurant, or at the bar, and we ate. And the second that I ate, I was like, oh man, that is sitting in my stomach.
Like a rock.
Like a rock. And that it used to happen to me a lot years ago, but it has not happened in a very long time. Like I'm healthy. I don't have to worry about food. I go have fun, and I don't have to worry about shitting myself in a
Yeah.
bathroom. Okay. Because it used to be like I needed to know where every bathroom was. So I was like, oh, here we go. I've been waiting for this concert for months. I'm like, nah, I'm tired. I was up since 3:30.
Yeah.
It's late. We've been sitting around. So I told my friend, I said, or she even mentioned it. She was like, why don't we just walk around Wrigley? If you got a little gas, you can
Let it
walk it out.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
We can go for a fart walk.
No one
I don't
will
know.
notice.
Yeah, no one will know.
Not with all the smells in the city.
Right, absolutely. And there was, obviously hundreds of thousands of people in the city, so it's like, I can blame it on the, the guy over there. So walking around, I'm like, oh, okay, I think I'm a little bit better, right? So then we had to wait for the rain. It was kind of drizzling a little bit. We waited by the field or outside of the field, and then we got in line. 8:30, they let us in. We went to the merch. And this whole time, I just kind of felt like I was off.
Queasy?
Not even queasy.
No.
Just like, I think in my mind, I kept blaming it on being tired.
Yeah.
Like, man, I am just tired.
Yeah.
When they say you're looking through a screen,
Yeah.
or you get that weird, like, shaky,
Right.
just tired feeling when you first get, I was feeling that way. So
Kind of
I'm like, no,
hungover.
like a hungover feeling,
Yeah.
right? And let me go back for a second. I ordered a neutral, and it was a peach neutral, and I took a sip of it, and I was like, oh no. So
Didn't taste good.
Yeah, I told my friend, I said, you know what? I'm watering it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to go get water. I did not.
And then you drank city water or bottled water?
Well, who knows what it was, because it was a big brown jug at the end of the bar. So
Oh,
they probably
God.
used the hose behind
Yeah.
the bar to fill it.
Yeah.
But whatever, it
They paid
tasted
the
crisp
homeless
and
guy.
clean. So yeah,
They paid the
right.
homeless guy in beers to go fill it from the
Right,
hose
and he probably
in
used
the
his
alley.
hand to mix it, you know. So yeah, no, I was totally healthy. It's totally fine. So that's all I did was I drank water. Okay, so because I have another thing about that too.
Oh,
So we go
gosh.
to the merch and we're standing there and we're just kind of waiting for the rain to, stop. And so we get to our seats and we're waiting, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, do I gotta poop? Like, do I have gas? Do I have a burp? And then I'm kind of burping a little bit, and all I can taste is the peach. The peach
Ew.
neutral, right? And then I'm like, man, this is so weird. So I told her there was not too many people. I said, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I thought, well, if I could take a dump, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
or
I'll
if
try.
I can, whatever, right?
It makes me feel better.
I get up there and I'm like, man, what if I just like threw up?
Oh,
what,
no.
Would that make me feel better? Because I
Yeah.
kind of was just like, it was just, I can't even describe it. It was not like one that I have
It's like
had
gurgling?
in a very long time.
Yeah.
And like, I can't even describe it. So I'm like, nope, I'm good. Okay. At 10:45, they start playing. We get 3 songs in. Every time I stood up, this hot wave came over me, and I
Like
was
you were
just
gonna
like,
pass out?
yes. And I'm like, I'm
Ugh.
gonna pass out right here. I've been to hundreds of concerts, and this is gonna be the one that I've
Yeah.
been waiting on and so excited for. We got great seats, and I'm gonna pass out. Maybe it's hot in here. I wore a long sleeve because we weren't sure, so I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm like just trying to. I keep sipping water, keep it sipping. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try again. I'm going to go to the bathroom, see what's going on. So I go back up the stairs. I got to excuse
Missing, like,
myself for
half the
20
songs.
people on the right side. Excuse me, right? And I get up there, and it's just a little bit in my throat, right? I get to the bathroom, and I'm like, God freaking A. I was so mad. And I'm listening to one of their songs. I'm like, I can't believe I'm spending it in the bathroom, So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go tell Jen that I'm not feeling good. Maybe I can just stand up, So I start to walk back. I'm like, oh, wait, maybe I feel better. I had a little breeze, I'm like, all right, maybe I'm feeling better. So I get and I sit down, and we're going through a couple songs. She's having a blast. I'm so mad that I'm not feeling good. So mad. And all of a sudden it hit.
Ew.
And it was like, I'm coming up. And I was like, oh my God. And I looked at my friend and I said, I'm going to puke. And she was like, oh, go.
God.
Like she knows me, go. I'm trying to get past these 20 people saying, excuse me again, holding my mouth closed while it's in my mouth.
Ew.
It was disgusting.
I mean, I might have just let it go and then they'd move.
Oh my God. And I saw that one woman saw me and she was like, oh God. And I'm like holding my mouth like this, trying to get past these people and run up the stairs. It was so uncomfortable and disgusting. And I could not believe I was going through this. And I didn't make it to the bathroom.
Oh, no.
I made it to the recycle bin that was right
Well,
outside. Kind of.
That's better than on other people.
It
or
was
yourself.
not on the 20 that wouldn't move, and it was on myself. I had it on my hand because I was holding my hand. I know, I'm sorry if anyone's eating. But it wasn't like the stomach flu. It wasn't like anything that I've ever had before. This is such a unique experience, which is why I wanted to talk about it.
It was probably food poisoning.
Exactly what it was. And I'll tell you why. Because I went to the bathroom, I emptied out, I stood by my friend outside for a little bit. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling better already, and then the songs are coming out. And then I'm like, shoot, it's going to happen again. So I went back into the bathroom and all the water that I drank went out. And then I came back and I was starting to feel better. There was no more heat on me. And I'm like, I just had to get rid of it. And I could taste the peach and I could taste the hot dog and the tater tots I ate. So it was something in one of those 3 things. And of course, my friend was laughing because I had a vegan garden dog and she had a regular one and she was fine.
She was fine.
So it was the dog probably because we had almost the same exact things.
I feel like in a well-populated area like that, I would hope that they go through the vegan dogs,
Right?
But you never know.
You never know. And that's exactly what it was. So she was like, let's just go. I felt so bad, which is the whole point of this episode, is just feeling so guilty of something that you can't control.
You can't control it. Yeah.
And so we did start leaving. It was only like an hour and a half of the concert after we waited 5 hours for them to play.
Yeah.
So basically it was like, whatever. So we get to the red line and I still had a little bit left. Luckily I brought like a hot dog box with. I was a mess. I was an absolute frickin' mess. And the frickin' hot dog box had holes on the corners.
no.
I'm like, you're killing me.
Oh my God.
So I had to like shove napkin. This was traumatic. I had to shove napkins into the corner and puke into the napkin quietly on the red line.
Oh my God.
And then it was gone.
By the time you got home?
No. While we were on the red line getting back to the car.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't believe it.
You could have just done it a couple more times and then been done. And
if I would have known that, I would have, because
they
played for probably another hour while we were there, and it was done, gone. I went to bed at 3 a.m. because it was super, super late. I woke up at 6, went to work, no problems. Took a little nap in the afternoon. That was it. So I know it was food poisoning.
I feel like it's crazy because food poisoning can hit you within 20 minutes or up to 48 hours.
Really?
You know, like it can take a while or it can hit you right away.
Jeez.
You know? So, yeah. And then you wonder, like, you know, I mean, maybe you weren't wondering, but anytime I feel sick from food, I'm like, is this just me, like, freaking out? Because the last time I had food poisoning, I had eaten a poke bowl, and it had cooked shrimp and, like, imitation crab meat in it. It didn't have anything raw in it, but I ate it for lunch. I woke up at midnight just barfing my brains out. And then I'm like, did I just put that in my head? Because, like, when I was eating it, I'm like, this is so dangerous because they make raw fish along with this cooked stuff, you know? So sometimes I'm like, am I gaslighting myself into thinking that I have food poisoning?
Right.
But I'm just worried about it, you know?
Now, was it like a 24-hour or once it was out, it was done?
No, once it was out, it was done. I mean, I still, like, I went back because when I get food poisoning, I've had food poisoning quite a few times.
Oh, no. This is new for me.
I've had it like at least, I'm going to say 5 or 6 times.
Oh.
And I always, the first sign of it for me is I get like really bad stomach cramps. Not like crampy like your period, but like literally in your stomach.
In your stomach. Ugh.
And it's like that night it woke me up out of a dead sleep. I was like, oh my God, I have food poisoning immediately. You know, and like I was up for quite some time. And then I, you know, the next morning I was okay, but yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, I felt okay on Friday. I mean, for what I went through, I was like, no, I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
You know, like Jen checked in on me and I was like, no, I'm totally fine. I was fine driving home.
Yeah.
Like I was talking, she was keeping me awake while we were driving and I was just talking normal. Like it was
crazy.
Gone.
I've never had it pass through that fast. But I also feel like I've processed most of it, you know, like it'll be coming out the other end, not my mouth.
I would say if it's food poisoning and it's waiting 24 hours, then that's how it's gonna, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
Gosh, it was terrible.
Well, that sucks.
Total sucks.
So now do you feel like terrible because like you ruined the night?
Oh yeah, I gave her money back for her ticket.
Stop.
I swear to God, she was like, "You're keeping it." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I ruined your evening."
Oh.
So here's the whole point. How do you get over that?
I mean, if I was her, I would be like, well, she gave me my money back. I can't be mad. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at you anyways. It's not something you can control, you know.
But I beat myself up all weekend. Like, here we are. We've been talking about going out. You know, she's a newer mom, a 4 and a 2-year-old. Yeah. And so she doesn't get to do too much. And I'm like, this is going to be so much fun. And then my stomach, the food ruined it. I'll say not my stomach.
Oh,
but then I read up, of course I'm always reading on this kind of stuff. Like, how do I get my mind out of this?
Yeah.
Because that's why we're here. And it says, well, what if that happened to her?
Right.
I wouldn't be mad.
No.
I would be like, oh my God. Like she even like touched my shoulder. Like, are you okay? Like she was concerned. Like, you're sick.
I mean, I would say if she's mad at you, then she's a bitch because, like, you can't control that.
No, she's not.
And just like you said, I highly doubt she was mad at you for that, just like you wouldn't be mad at her for it.
Disappointed, bummer, like, oh, shoot, we've been waiting for this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it was like you or your sister or, bestie or, whatever, I would be fine. I'm like, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I just remember being in the bathroom going, she is not going to drive me home again because she had to drive me home in October after my birthday. Shenanigans.
Oh, my God.
I was so mad. I kept saying to myself, she's not driving me home. You're going to get rid of this.
Funny.
And then I was like almost in tears because I'm hearing songs that I really wanted to hear live and I'm in the frickin' stall.
That's the worst. Knock on wood. I'm knocking on my head.
Yeah.
I've never had an instance of food poisoning like while I was out doing stuff.
God.
Like
lucky.
I did the first time, actually, my sister had to take me to the hospital. It was so bad. I was in bed for like 2 days, like just like puking and shitting.
Wow,
it was so bad.
That's terrible.
And it was from a Chinese buffet that I know people still go to. And I'm like, I will never step foot in there again. And like I went out to lunch and I worked second shift. So I went to work after that. And by the end of my work shift, I was like, what's going on?
Oh, no.
And I feel like that was the first time I had it. So now I know the signs of it.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, I've never actually been like out somewhere and it hit me really. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's awful.
The only other time I had true food poisoning was when chicken wasn't cooked on the grill. I think I've talked about that before. I was sick for 7 days. I lost like 13 pounds, had to go to the doctor, It was horrible.
That wasn't even food poisoning. That was probably E. coli.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah.
And that's like dangerous. You could die from that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could die from food poisoning too because you puke and poo everything out. You're so dehydrated, you know?
Yeah. I probably most definitely did. And then the place that I was working at kept calling me going, why aren't you coming in today? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I cannot. Like, I can't explain. I'm not faking it. I am like nothing's staying in. I just remember telling them that. And by the 5th day, I remember having to go to work feeling this way, and all I did was just sit there, and it was like the longest day I ever have that where you're like so sick and you have to go to work and you have to go through something.
I don't go to work. If I'm that sick, I don't go to work.
Forget it.
Yeah. Like the place will not burn down because I'm not there.
Yeah.
If I'm that important, then I should probably be making a lot more money too.
Exactly. Exactly. So true.
They were just mad like their plans got canceled or something.
That fell in for me.
Yeah.
So here's one more thing. So the band that I saw is like kind of a family band. There were a lot of kids there. People from, the family in front of us was from Colorado. They traveled all the way to Chicago from Colorado with their 2 boys who fell asleep right at the first song, which is so cute. I mean, they muscled through though.
Yeah.
They were little, and they muscled through the 5 hours of waiting and stuff. So cute. But there was a lot of families there because they're a clean band. He swears a little bit, but whatever. And as I remember, as I was running up the stairs, and this was my point I was going to make because all I did was drink water, was that someone said, oh, someone had too much. And that bothered me.
Yes.
That bothered me so much.
That's why we shouldn't assume anything about anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just like, so what do you do? I got puke in my hand. I can't be like, I didn't drink, because I would have puked all over the person that said that.
It was the fake hot dog right in their face.
See the poppy seeds from the bun. Oh, God, it was so gross. So then I felt bad about that, too. So I was thinking about that all weekend. It's like,
my
man.
gosh.
I never, and then, of course, my mind goes to like, oh my God, what if they have cameras and they're going to be like, I'm going to be on TikTok of someone that threw up in the recycle bin.
I will watch out for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll let you know if I see it.
And please tag me in it. That would be really great.
Okay.
Because then I can explain myself.
I feel like I watch enough TikTok. It'll definitely come across my page.
Really hope not.
Out there.
I don't even think it was graceful. I'm pretty sure it was just like, and I'm almost 5'8", 5'7", and so recycle bins are low, and they had a top on them. Like
of course.
You know what I mean? Like you have the hole
on the
but
side.
You have the top.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to like
project
it into the hole,
side.
and it didn't make it.
Oh my God. That is terrible.
So if anyone's having a really rough day, I might have had it worse. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say, you know why the hole's on the side? Because I don't want people puking in it.
Yeah, exactly. And I noticed by the 3rd time I went to the bathroom, someone had thrown some nice napkins on top. You know what I mean?
God,
like,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Sick.
I was so judged. Oh, God, it was horrible. But I know the truth, and that's all that matters, right?
Well, now everybody knows.
Yeah.
So if you saw Mare run into the bathroom at Wrigley Field last Thursday, she was not drunk.
I was not drunk.
She was ready to puke everywhere.
And probably a few people are probably like, well, I wonder where she ate. I'm not going to say. We've eaten there before. It's been fine. I'm sure it was just whatever.
Just maybe stick to only the tater tots next time.
Maybe. I don't know. And then one friend said it was the tater tots. They've gotten sick on fries and tater tots before. So I'm like,
they don't change the oil.
Probably. Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. But
after a busy week.
Yep. Snapchat. She wrote me back and she was like, absolutely not. It was the hash browns or it was the tater tots. So I don't know. Could have been anything.
I mean, you really do take a risk when you eat out. Are people washing their hands properly? Are they cooking the food properly? Is there any contamination?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. My running friend said, depending on the taste that you have in your mouth during it, because it was a taste that I had never tasted before, like Drano. Like it was like, the acid or whatever. Yeah. She said that that's actually a thing because she's a medical assistant.
Okay.
And so she said that, and we'll have to look this up and talk about it at a later time.
Yeah.
But the taste that you have in your mouth, which shows you what is wrong. Like, is
Really?
it the flu? Is it food poison? Jen's shaking her head. Yes.
Yeah.
Sister Jen's here too, and she's
Yeah.
saying yes. So I'm sure she knows too. But that's
like,
what she was
if
saying.
it's metallic-y, then it's this, and
If it's exactly
acidy, then
so
it's this.
and I haven't looked it up yet,
Huh.
but we'll have to talk about that next week when
Yeah.
we find out like what that
Puke
means.
flavors.
Yeah.
Aren't you guys excited to hear about puke flavors?
And you know what? We'll end with one more gross thing if you've made it to the end. The other thing is, we were talking about this. I had braces a couple years ago.
Yes.
And I have a permanent retainer
Yes.
on the bottom teeth, and the food was getting stuck in the retainer. So you're welcome for that too. So that's disgusting. I could
do not miss those
wait
days. Yeah.
to brush and floss, and we had mint gum in the car, and I just could not wait to get back to my car just to chew on like some sort of mint gum.
You're like sticking the gum to the back of your retainer.
Oh heck
hoping
yeah, I
the shit
was.
sticks to it. And you can just throw it.
Yeah,
out.
it most definitely was. It was stuck. It was so disgusting. Worst
Sick.
night ever. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that's
and short-lived,
terrible.
thank goodness.
Yeah.
But still, what was
Yeah,
the
but it
timing?
ruined your whole night.
Why couldn't it have happened Wednesday? You know?
Or why couldn't it have waited till you got home?
Yeah.
And then shit your brains out and puke
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
You know?
I'm so used to having to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Hence, anxiety makes me poop.
Yeah.
That I would have been like, "Psh, I got this.
Yeah.
Just wash the thongs in the sink. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whatever.
Whatever. My pink thong's brown.
The tie-dye. Oh, well.
Oh, well, I'm sad you had a bad time, but you got to hear a couple songs?
Yeah, I did. From the bathroom. It was totally fine. I heard it was a great concert. I may have to watch it again on YouTube. I'm sure someone recorded it.
I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Well,
Always an adventure.
that's our pooping episode. And
Puking.
puking. And food in your braces.
My goodness gracious.
Ugh.
All right, go listen to The Clopen Effect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We've
Okay.
had quite a few people listening. So we have a lot of
Yeah.
people that listen to anxiety and a lot of people that listen to The Clopen Effect. So
Yes.
go listen because we were just live at an event.
That was fun.
Keeping Families Covered.
Yes, that was fun.
Yeah.
And if you want to donate, I think the link is still there
It
on
is
Facebook.
still there. People
Yeah.
are still donating. So
Yeah.
yeah, check it out if you want.
Perfect.
All right, thanks for listening.
All right,
Talk to you next time.
bye.
Bye.